In 1994, a farmer in southeastern Turkey hit something with his plow. What he found underneath would force historians to rewrite the story of civilization itself, because it was built 6,000 years before the pyramids, by people who supposedly didn't even have the tools, the writing, or the social structure to build it at all. Welcome to Göbekli Tepe. Buried on a hilltop near the city of Şanlıurfa is a complex of massive T-shaped stone pillars, some weighing up to 10 tons, arranged in careful circles. German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt began excavating here in 1995, and what he uncovered didn't just predate Stonehenge by 6,000 years. It predated farming itself. Let that sink in. This isn't a temple built by an empire, a kingdom, or even a settled village. It was built by hunter-gatherers, people who, as far as we know, had no permanent homes, no agriculture, and no written language. Here's why that breaks the textbook version of history. For decades, archaeologists believed the order of events went: humans settle down, humans farm, humans form complex societies, and only then, once there's surplus food and free time, do humans build monuments and temples. Göbekli Tepe flips that sequence upside down. Moving and carving pillars this size would have required organizing hundreds of workers, feeding them, and coordinating labor for months or years, all without agriculture to support that workforce. Some researchers now argue the need to gather for rituals here may have driven the invention of farming, not the other way around. In other words, religion and ritual might not be a product of civilization. They might be the reason civilization started in the first place. The pillars themselves are covered in carvings: foxes, boars, snakes, scorpions, and vultures, carved with a precision that shouldn't exist this early in human history. Some pillars have arms and hands carved into their sides, suggesting they represent stylized human, or perhaps divine, figures standing in the circle. And archaeologists have found no evidence of houses, no evidence of daily domestic life at the site. No one lived here. People seem to have traveled from far away, gathered, built, and left. Which raises the obvious question: gathered for what? Then, around 8000 BCE, something stranger happens. The people who built Göbekli Tepe deliberately buried it. Not destroyed by war, not abandoned to decay. Intentionally filled in, pillar by pillar, with rubble and soil, as if sealing it shut on purpose. Nobody knows why. And here's the part that keeps archaeologists up at night. After nearly 30 years of excavation, researchers estimate only about 5% of the site has been uncovered. Ground-penetrating radar shows there are more circles, more pillars, still buried beneath the hill, a structure whose full scale we still don't understand. Göbekli Tepe didn't just add a new site to the map. It quietly erased the line we'd drawn between prehistoric and civilized. The people who built this monument left no cities, no writing, no wheels, and somehow raised stone circles more sophisticated than anything built for thousands of years afterward. 95% of it is still underground. If you want to keep digging into history's biggest unanswered questions with us, subscribe. We're covering a new one every week. And let me know in the comments, what do you think they were really building this for?